Hello and welcome back to the Stardew Valley 1.4 Spring Min-Max run. This is day 2. Today is going to be a whole lot of fishing, so might as well get that started, get it out of the way. Like to check the fortune teller just to have an idea of what I'm in for, but to be honest, your luck doesn't matter. You're going to have to do what you have to do today with or without good luck, bad luck. Make one chest with the wood we cut down yesterday. I'm gonna need to water the crops, so I'll get that out of the way first. But yeah, we're just going straight to get the fishing pole from Willie, and then fishing all day long. I used to cut a couple trees down here, but I really do feel it's important to just spend as much time as you can fishing. The Willie opens up, he'll give you the fishing pole as soon as you get down there. You don't actually have to wait for him to open the store or anything. You can go right at 6 a.m. So we'll take the spring onions we got for some energy and take the chest we made, and that's all we need. Do not forget to check your mail, because you need to actually get the letter from Willie in order to be able to get the fishing pole. Now you might notice we didn't actually come down here yesterday. Ooh, lots of stuff. So between yesterday and today, you should have a lot of forageables here to pick up, or at least a couple, which is good because we're going to need one. Always shake oak trees as you pass them for those acorns. Oh my god, we are getting a good haul this morning. Come down here for the trash can route to Willie's. Hey Shane. There's the fishing pole, and with that we have completed our Meet Everybody quest, and it turns into Give Someone a Gift. What we're going to do is we are going to give Linus one of our forageable items because he pretty much loves all of them. And we have plenty, that's why getting a forageable was so important this morning, which I've never had a problem, especially considering that I don't hit the bus stop on day 1. There's always been something there on day 2. Bread, nice. For fishing on day 2, the key is the mountain lake, because I have done day 2 at the forest on occasion. We are going to go to the forest tomorrow. The thing about fishing at the earlier levels, at the later levels, it doesn't... Jeez. Another one. At the later levels, it doesn't really matter too much, but, there you go. Quest completed. We will hold on to that until we need some extra cash. Come place our chest here and put everything in it. Take the spring onions, and we'll take that bread. That bread's a nice find. At lower level fishing, can't cast that far. But the way that it does kind of work is you can cast farther to the right or left than you can down, and you can cast farther up than you can to the right or left. So there is a good spot in the forest for casting up, so you can actually catch high quality fish even at level 1 or 2. But you can actually do the same right here. There's our sunfish, or a carp, possibly. Oh, yeah, it's a carp. Ooh. Fun fact I learned recently about fishing is that Your first fish will always be a low quality fish. It's usually a sunfish, because if you happen to accidentally catch a high quality fish or a piece of trash, the game auto replaces it for you with a sunfish, and that's why you get that thing everywhere. But I'm not just casting sideways, I'm also, as I'm casting, holding down to try to aim. Ooh, gotta pass. Trying to aim at that little pile of rocks there, because once we hit level 1, we should be able to land right in there and start catching gold quality fish. Now with the 1.4 update, that means that we can catch, and probably will catch, iridium quality fish today. As long as we can get these perfect catches. Which, ooh, can I get the chest too? Nice. That's perfect. Iron ore, not a great prize. What we really want would be gold ore or fire crystal, so that we can possibly open the mine carts sooner than going down to gold level in the mine. A Neptune's glaive or an iridium band are the best, but for obvious reasons, really, really rare. Copper ore is also pretty nice, because there's a trick with copper ore. You can get it in a fishing chest and then throw it out of your inventory and pick it up. And if you do that, you will get Clint to come to your house the very next day, so you can actually get the furnace before you start mining. You can even actually, if you really want to, buy a piece of copper ore on day 1 and throw it on the ground, pick it up, and get the furnace on day 2. We're not going to get enough copper ore to actually start smelting, let alone even make a furnace, let alone smelting, for a good while, so it's not super important, especially because we're not going to bother upgrading anything to the 6th anyway, but it's just a nifty little trick. Missed the perfect catch there. There we go. Now we're in those rocks. Everything we catch from here on out should have a quality star, higher if we can get those perfect catches. Another reason why the mountain lake is really good for early fishing is bubbles, because, full disclosure, I'm not entirely sure how they work, but from what I've gathered, I don't think there's ever more than one set of bubbles on the whole map. And the problem with the forest is there's just too much water. Way too much water. Bubbles could be anywhere. And even if there are bubbles that you could see, they could be out in the middle of the stream, way farther than you'll be able to catch. But with the mountain lake, we have all this shore surface. Like a bubble, I have had bubbles out here. Those have not helped, because at level 1 can't reach them. But just simple fact is, if a bubble does appear in the mountain lake, odds are you will be able to get it right off the bat. And look, we're already catching gold bass. I'm actually and there we go, bubbles. But ooh, that is an awkward angle. I don't think we can hit that. That'll be an interesting one for sure. Maybe if we were up here and... Nope. Yeah, I don't think we can hit that where it is, which is unfortunate. It does happen sometimes, as I said, but most of the time, bubbles are going to appear somewhere. And you often, at least, will be able to hit them from somewhere on one of these 2 islands. Man, it's just teasing me right there. fishing is a lot more important now in the 1.4 update because it is going to be our primary source of income with mushroom farming off the table. They changed mushroom floors so that, one, they move around randomly every day, and two, once you hit them, they're done. Like, you can only hit them once. The ones that spawn on that day, you can only hit them once on that day, and they don't respawn. Which is a real shame, because especially once you got to level 10 botany, you could, and had the perk of all forageables are iridium quality, you can make, on a good mushroom farming day, you can make $100,000. So that's gone. That's off the table. Fishing is now our main source of revenue. And you really want to get, as much as you can, those perfect casts. Because not only will they give you a significant fishing experience modifier, causing you to level up your skill faster, but they will bump up the quality of the fish you're catching. Should hit level 3 today. There we go. Iridium quality bullhead. That's nice. Probably the best fish I can catch today, because I don't have quite a high enough skill to catch an iridium largemouth bass unless I get a really lucky catch on one. Missed that one. Of course, always go for treasure chests if you see them, even if you do have to give up a perfect cast to do so, just like this. I could have got that, but the treasure chest is more important. Praying for a glaive. A glaive would be amazing. Well, that's kind of disappointing. That's not much there. Not even any valuable gems. Sometimes, in the least, you can get is some nice emeralds, diamonds, all kinds of things. We didn't dig up any artifact spots yesterday, so as a result, we shouldn't be getting any artifacts ourselves. No dinosaur eggs, ancient seeds, or, you know, lower quality artifacts. Maybe that raises our chance of getting a glaive. Although I do have to admit, I've done quite a few runs, even if they died in the first week or so. I think I've only gotten the sword twice, so if you can get it, that is the start of a really good run. Even the broken trident is quite nice. You don't really need to pay attention to your energy at all. I will usually, sometimes I'll just wait until I get the exhausted cast. Unlike other, see now that's where you hit if you don't hold down and you just throw straight out. That was an accident on my part. I'm not even sure if it makes that much of a difference. I think it does. I think you can get a little bit higher quality if you aim for these rocks by holding down when you cast. But as far as energy goes, we're leveling up our fishing. I mean, we're already level probably 2. We're going to hit level 3 by the end of the day, and that means that we are going to wake up tomorrow with a nice full bar of energy no matter what happens. So even if we get that exhausted status, that's not going to hurt us at all. Unlike your other tools, you can't keep fishing once you're into negative energy, but you can at least cast one rod that dips you into negative. Ah, almost had that one. There's also, unfortunately, no real tricks here to fishing. Just practice, practice, practice. They did add in the 1.4 update the training rod, which allows you to catch low quality fish, easier fishing, and to slowly build up your fishing skill until you can go up to the regular rod. But I mean, that's obviously not going to cut it for a min-max run here. As many max casts and perfect catches as you can get. The more, the better. Higher quality fish, more money. Nice thing about treasure chests is they still provide a little bit of bonus experience to your fishing skill. More bait. Not useful. So you might be wondering, hey, I'm out of energy, and my sal was gone yesterday. Didn't find any good forageables. Struck out on spring onions. What am I supposed to do? Well, the order, obviously, I use spring onions is best, first off, because you're going to be fishing a lot. Next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and the 4th, are just fishing, basically, all day long. So, might as well keep stockpiling the algae, because you're going to keep getting it. But if you run out of everything else you could possibly eat, what you want to eat, assuming it's not too late at night, is high quality chubs. Because chubs meet, at least until you get the fisher and angler perks, chubs meet that threshold that I talked about on day 1 of you want your food to be at least half the energy as you would get from selling it. And every item in the game, not just chubs, scales up with quality. The higher quality the item is, the more energy beneficial it is to eat it, because the energy gains scale up faster than the increase in sale price does. So if you got an iridium chub, that's a nice thing to get. Oh, and there's gold. That's nice. If we can get a fire quartz on these next 3 days, we can open the minecarts before we even reach gold level. We will want to use bat wings and maybe kill a ghost for a solar essence. But that is a potential huge time saver. Oh, I almost had that one. And now, I'm exhausted. I got 0 energy. I can't fish anymore, but eating spree onion takes me up to 9. I get 2 more casts. Now we're getting some treasure chests. It doesn't, just because you have a bad luck day, doesn't mean you're going to have a bad day fishing. Not entirely sure how the math works. I've heard repeatedly that... junk. I've heard repeatedly that once you catch the treasure chest, your luck has nothing to determine that affects what's in it. What's in it is an even chance based off of a set table once you got it. Doesn't matter lucky day, unlucky day. The one corollary to eating those high quality chubs is, I mean, I'm lucky I have plenty of spring onions. You wouldn't want to eat any of those high quality chubs now, because they will give you way more energy than you will be able to do anything with. You want to end the day as close to zero energy as possible, slightly in the negative at all possible, because we're not going to be going back to the farm. We're going to be passing out here, just like we do. The next biggest thing to remember, though, is to pack your bag. And you'll see why in a second. It's getting kind of close. I can get one more cast, definitely. Probably two. Let me see where... Let's see how quickly I get this bite. Nothing? Really? Alright, last cast. Another change is at 2 a.m. you pass out. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that's it. Used to be if you cast your line, didn't matter. As long as your line was in the water at 2, you at least got to finish the fish you were on. That is not the case anymore. So, we're about to pass out, head back to the farm. Gonna leave our spring onions and our algae here for the next time we come to this spot and just load up with all of our fish. You know, depending on how lucky you were, you might have to make some choices, because you might actually have, now that there are 4 levels of quality for each of the fish, you actually might have more fish than you have spots. Just bring back whatever will sell for the most. You do not need to bring back your fishing pole. You can leave it here, throw it in the trash, whatever. We're going to be buying a new one tomorrow anyway. And just, there we go, pass out. And that is day 2, our first day of 3 full days of fishing in a row. Leveled up fishing 1 and 2 and 3. That was a good day. Good day. Hope you enjoyed the video. And next one up is river fishing for some catfish. Hope we get some good luck there.